Oh,
That's when you know you're really load ski. You just turn into him.
you know you're really low ski when you watch this show.
That's funny. That was not planned. We only have limited wardrobe on this budget.
Yes, we did not plan on wearing the same shirt. And I'm tracking this from Jacksonville, so it's not like I could go to the closet and get another one. So
It's a wonderful shirt. It's almost as good a quality as the Winnipeggers shirt. The DSP shirt, I got a new order coming in, so hit me up online at Dave Spivak Project. And I'll set you up Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Buy some
what happened
shirts.
to those toques? You sold a bunch of toques earlier this year.
Lots of toques, man. I'm gonna order some of those soon too with the album release. I'll have that. And don't forget about the Winnipeggers shirt. I mean, this is the god of shirts here, but it's a lot more money. The DSP shirt will set you maybe $30. We'll figure it out at the time. This is what, 37 probably?
No, it's $30, man. It's like $25.
Can't be 25, dude. Mine are anyway. I'll work a deal for you on the DSP shirt. Thanks a lot.
What are you gonna barter? You gonna barter for it?
That's what I do.
I haven't got a royalty check yet for Pro Wrestling Tees Winnipeggers shirts, which tells me either we're getting ripped off by the corporation, or we just haven't sold a lot.
We're getting ripped. And people are walking around town with these on it. I constantly am spotting people. So
yeah, you see them in the wild?
All over the place. They're in the wild. Portage in Maine. McLeod Trail here in Calgary. They're walking around in the wild just wearing these Winnipegger shirts. As
they should. It's a great looking shirt. Great quality. Don't forget, we had some big news. This is Winnipeggers, by the way. Welcome. Episode 43. Of course, you know what it is. You wouldn't be watching if you wouldn't. And you can always tell the second show out of the two we record because we're always a little bit more load ski. Julius is drinking his Caesar. That made me laugh.
Julius.
Julius. Corporation update from Mr. Barry, our high corporate, highfalutin manager. I'm not going to show the email addresses like I may or may not have last week, depending on how Mistakesky can save it for us. Dave, it's once again, hi, Dave and Rybo. I get nothing, I continue to present the show to buyers. Buyers, that's some serious shiz right there.
Wow, neat.
I'm receiving some good response and hope to have some serious interest soon. I enjoy watching the show and your chemistry continue to grow. Talk soon, Mr. Barry. So, I mean, that's pretty high-tech stuff right there, guys.
That email, that's pretty high-tech. Yeah. The carrot's hanging. It's hanging. It's hope is for wussies, but we'll see. We'll see.
I think soon someone's going to buy us and we'll be owned by a corporation, and then we'll find true happiness.
Then everything changes. Ryan gets this awesome lighting. We all get haircuts all around. Everybody's got to drop a few pounds. Ryan passes away from losing a few pounds.
Ryan goes reverse. Ryan steps on the scale and gets a reverse number.
Yeah. Ryan actually has to show up when the schedule is. It'll be crazy. It'll be crazy times.
Great couple shows last few weeks.
Rybo.
Lots of letters from the family. I found a bunch of cool stuff on Instagram where I posted the rules of the Cheap Ass Club, which a lot of people got into. James Garrison from Tiger King gave us 2 fires, which is good. You guys familiar with Tiger King?
Okay.
Yeah. He's the jet ski guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Alex 17 whatever says this is a wonderful episode. I've always enjoyed watching your videos. Videos from the Winnipeg episodes made me feel great. Okay. Sparkly one says this was such a great episode. Frankenhooker made me laugh my ass off. You better be careful because if you laugh your ass off, Frankenhooker might take it and make it her own ass.
That's true. It's true.
Ian Alex K says this is 11 out of 10 top class episode. My sides were splitting from Rybo's impression. Rybo, what would Gabe Halderson say about this amazing compliment?
So show. I really like to thank you very much for. Now I'm gonna have to I need a bowl or something because I'll just be slobbering just down here.
It's slobbering there.
So thanks for coming to Shortstop Convenience Store. Let's play some foosball.
I like how he starts the show. Yumbo Video says 49er. Were they the ones that had the decorated up horror movie section? Yes, they did. Remember they had a little horror movie. I'd like to think they did that for us, maybe.
Yeah, right.
So good stuff there from the family. Lots of. I got a little bit of a rant later on, but Dave, I know you always have things are always bothering you. You're always kind of in a weird mood. You're a little bit nervous, a little bit angry about things going on. It seems like I can kind of feel by the vibe in the air that there's a little bit of an issue. Something's been bugging you.
He's twitching.
And
Dave's rant. He's really pissed. It's excellent. Dave's rant. Let's watch him lose his shit.
Well, nice photo for Dave's rant, by the way. It's like I look like I've got a Safeway bagger cut. You look like a Greek Adonis, just the best looking hair. It's not the way you're looking all the time. You got good hair, but that's like right airbrushed to shit. Rybo looks like Rybo.
When you find an amazing artist in Saudi Arabia and pay him for each graphic, then you can complain. Until then, that's the best I can do.
Understood. Stuff's been bugging me a little bit. I don't like the saying anymore. I kind of thought it was cool when it first came out, but it's right. It's so lazy, and it's just like you disagree, right? Even if you don't agree with somebody, you're going to say right because then you can just move on to the next conversation, right? Right. So right really bothers me. We had a little bit of a couple weird little holidays that are kind of new that really ticked me off. One is the 420 thing. Oh, 420. Oh, come on, man. That never existed. People just smoked weed or they didn't. Now, like big weed heads, big pot heads don't even smoke it on 420. Well, they still do. They do it every day, but they go, I'm not going to talk about 420. It's dumb. Stop the 420 madness. And last week, I guess it was last week, was little Star Wars a holiday day or something, May 4th.
May the 4th be with you.
Yeah. Or Revenge of the 5th.
Oh, that's a good one too.
I love the Star Wars franchise.
I don't think you
the
do.
First three, okay? I went to see them. One of them I saw probably 10 times, probably maybe the second one, Empire Strikes Back or whatever. Then when the other stuff came out, I don't know the characters. I could care less. I don't understand how they go ahead in time or back in time. And Jar Jar Abdul or something, and Spock or whatever his name is, and all this other crap. And it's just like, you know what it is? It's like a virgin spring break for people. May the 4th. It's like virgins unite. And I'm sure there's some Star Wars fans that are gonna come after me and say, "Oh, you're a stupid idiot" or whatever. But it's absolutely true, man. It's too much. It's over the top. I have never been able to sit through one Star Wars since those first three. Not one. And I've tried, a couple, maybe 3. How many is there now? And who cares?
12.
12. Yeah, maybe. Exactly. And the other thing that really bugs me is middle-aged men getting into it and just still buying action figures and talking about it, where it's like, isn't there something else going on? Why don't you go discover, like, read a really good book. There's lots of some philosophy. Maybe check out Bob Dylan's lyrics. You can live off
some Godard, some
Ingmar Bergman films. It's all Star Wars this and Star Wars that. Luke Skywalker, nice bowl cut. So that's my rant. I mean, I could go on, but I'm not going to take. I'm not trying not to take over the show. It's all about Rybo these days. So
I will say this, Dave. That was a awesome rant, and you had a great point the other day when we were talking about. Am I off? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. This happened to you one time. Oh, I know why. So when we talked about Cheap Ass Club, you mentioned how Belial looks exactly like.
Sam Kinison.
Kinison. And by the way, that is just a tremendous, tremendous call, as you can see right here.
Belial from Basket Case, from 1983's Basket Case, the mutant twin from the Cheap Ass Horror. And there's Sam Kinison.
He's even got the same comb over.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was well done. Did you make that yourself, Dave?
Yeah, it's no big deal. iPhone, you just do this couple things.
You're really good at that stuff. You make good
thanks.
ads and everything like that. Good stuff. So we had some other letters from the family that are always fun to hear. Lots of comments on Instagram and YouTube as well. So thank you so much. If you guys do, because I always post a little bit of a preview on Instagram and Twitter. And obviously our show is up on YouTube. You might be watching on YouTube right now. So always leave a comment. And if you do, maybe we'll read it, which is a treat, I just have to say, amongst treats.
Yeah. We do prefer tweets, but yeah.
Okay, tweets as well. That's true, yeah. This is from Spewy Memes, Great Winnipeggers. Dave showing up for the camping just like he joined the Nation of Domination.
Right.
Which is that's a WWE joke.
Okay, I didn't know. But yeah, that's me and Kathy Foster's grandmother's one-piece bathing suit. From 5 a.m, and I just wore that, and I just wore it for a couple days. Who cares? Who cares? You're camping. You can do anything. Pee in the lake. Do whatever you want.
Pee in the lake. I think you told that story already. You don't have to explain it. This is the feedback.
Oh, I thought we were going to go back in time and redo the episode right now. Sorry.
This is Dave, Chris, and Rybo, your next moneymaker. Please sure to insist on quality. You're welcome. Brian Whedon. That's a good one. And I actually have a better picture of that shirt because Dave cuts the pictures off sometimes when he sends me these things. Yeah. But here, this is a full view of that shirt. I mean, I would buy this.
Yeah.
Spewy T? That's not bad.
Yeah, I'm trying to look like that old pioneer look of the, when you enter Banff, there's a big picture there on in between logs, and it's of the guy that discovered Banff, and he's got those crazy eyes, and so I think that's going to make a big comeback.
The crazy eye guy?
Yeah.
That's cool stuff there. And we have, I was trying to find another great one, but I have another that you sent me. This is from, see, we get so many letters. I got to try and find the right one and not screw it up because there's a lot of pressure on me here as kind of the
hostess.
As the hostess with the mostess. There we go. Epic promo on last night's AEW. Now let's get the real show started tonight with the Winnipeggers, Drummer Boy and Dave Spector. I think he's using this Drummer Boy as a little bit of a detrimental term, Rye.
What? That went over my head. I don't
know.
Tony,
you're getting close to being banned.
Well, we can't
ban him.
He's family. We can't ban him.
Well, yeah, we actually can ban him, but we need to make room first because of the way Abdul made this banned sign is there's not enough room. There's only room for 6 people to get banned. So until we kick somebody off the banned list, and then of course, as you can see, is Willie Tyler and Lester, fake Jason Voorhees. That guy was the shits.
Yeah, he's worth $10, eh?
Hannah and Sluice, Golden Earring, Wayne Gretzky, and random Playboy model who's been banned twice. So until we get somebody off the list, it's almost like the groundlings.
Yeah, we have Mr. Lindell too, but we're waiting for a photo. If anybody could send one in of Mr. Lindell from Westwood High School, circa 1989.
We're waiting for Rybo to do that.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't get.
Well, I thought it'd be easier just to ask the family.
I haven't got to it.
What's that, Rye?
I haven't got to it since our last taping. I know it's been a week, but I'll get to it.
And finally, big news is that we have a live show, I believe, coming up next week, May 20th, and the topic will be released very soon. And this is great from the last live show. This is Paula, Blaze of Bones from Spain. I've got your drawing from the Winnipeggers, April Fool Improv, and that was where we had to draw pictures without looking. And that's my slash.
Am I frozen?
You're frozen, yeah.
Yeah, I'm frozen. That's crazy. I'm really. I don't know how that happened.
Even better than I am.
Well, we can still hear you. Okay. This will be a good time to announce this week's guest. We talked about the Tiger King earlier on tonight with James Garrison, the star of Tiger King. Very controversial. But people love her. Carole Baskin is here this week.
Awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens who are Winnipeggers. It's Carole Baskin from Big Cat Rescue. Oh, the amazing, absolutely amazing comedy troupe, the Winnipeggers, with Speewee and Rybo and Irvis. Oh, you are just a trio of cool cats. Yeah. Just a whole pride of cool cats there. And I hear that Dave really gets into some rants. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I hear it's one of the show's highlights even. Stay cool, cats.
Do you have any idea about Tiger King Rybo?
I know of it, but I've never seen it. Didn't she like kill her husband or something?
Well, yeah, apparently she fed her husband to the tigers. And the funny thing is, Big Cat Rescue that she said is literally like 15 minutes from where I live. And I've taken my kids there like 10 years ago when they were really little. And she's the lady who runs this place. So when the pandemic first started, the this Tiger King was all the rage. But it seems like it was 1,000 years ago because this fucking pandemic never ends.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was actually a suggestion from Lon Wilby, who wanted to see Carole Baskin as the guest of the week. So as we wait for Dave to come back, he just texted me. He's coming back. He had a little bit of issues, probably with Carole Baskin because she knew about his rants.
You know, actually, I went for a walk the other day, and there's a street called Carroll right by our house.
Right.
And it said Carol, and someone made a sign that said Carol, and then underneath said Baskins killed her husband or something like that. So it was a big thing where people were making signs and putting them around the town. That's how big that show was. It was big, but does anyone care anymore?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, obviously, some people care because he's back. Some people care because Lon Wilby actually requested that. Carole Baskin mentioned your rants, Dave, and said that she was really happy just to be involved with the show. And I was just saying that this was actually requested by Lon Wilby, who wanted to see Carole Baskin here on Winnipeggers. And I was just explaining to Rybo how when Tiger King started, it was all the rage. Yeah. And then it just kind of bottomed out because it was a year ago, even though it seems like it was freaking 10,000 years ago at this point.
Yeah, for sure. It does seem like a long time ago. It was a great show. Thanks, Lon. Yeah.
So thanks to Lon for that idea. And here we have a great sponsor this week who's going to help pay for such huge guests as Carole Baskin, because it's not cheap to have these types of people on here, especially when you're paying for random Playboy model, and she shuts us down twice, which is why she's banned twice. This is from the Crazy Bar. We talked about this, the new name for the bar at the Ville, and they're sponsoring us this week, which is quite exciting. Take it away, Crazy Bar.
Come on down to the Crazy Bar. It's located in the Village Inn right in St. James. You can come down and see all the prettiest women in town, but take the clothes off. 35-cent draft. They got video games in the corner. They got hamburgers on the grill, and they got good times just waiting for you. Come on down to the Crazy Bar, where things get a little bit wild, eh?
There's that music again.
Oh man, that worked good.
And the best part was Stacy made that one. So I don't know, Stacy and Dave used the same music for the commercials. I was a little bit of kind of West End downtown native voice combined with Cheech Marin in From Dusk Till Dawn.
We got big pussy, long pussy, black pussy, white pussy.
I heard a bit of Kent's music in there too, a little bit of Scott.
I'm not much of a
Rich Little.
Have a Rich Little, exactly. So this week, the topic: bad album covers, written by Speewy. Once again, you're on a roll.
Yeah.
Keep writing for us.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I've been on a roll. Yeah, I thought it was a great idea. I just thought, there's all this worst sitcoms. We've done that. Worst spin-off sitcoms. Let's do worst album covers. It used to be such a big part of our lives as kids. Is you were just as excited as the album cover as the music a lot of times, and especially with bands like the Iron Maidens and the Judas Priest that did some really cool stuff. So,
but it's unbelievable because so many of those bands had great album covers, and then there's other ones that were just terrible. And how could you be in a band? You've worked your whole life or whatever to get a record deal. I don't care if you're on Capitol, if you're on Lipschitz Records, and this cover comes out where no one will buy a cover like these ones. No one's going to get these ones. And some big bands are involved in this. And I'm just going to kick it off right now. Pretend that we're the youngsters. Let me just find this one. We're the youngsters in Wolf. I don't know where Wolf is from. Let's say Wolf is from St. James, and we finally get a record deal. And when we release it, here's the cover of our album for Wolf.
Wow. Is that?
I mean, don't know what it is. Ask Emmett. I'm sure he drew it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, let's look at that. How bad that is. Who would allow that? Or maybe you don't have any choice.
I think Wolf probably made that, and thinking that it was going to be the next best thing. It's not very good.
They're like,
So-
if this music thing doesn't work out, at least my artwork will be something to fall back on.
Those eyes are too close together on that monster or whatever the hell it is.
Ribo, you sent in a bunch of great submissions. Do you want to throw one out there? You want me to choose it or what?
Whatever, you just pick whatever.
Well, this is a good way to start. It was actually a series of albums that started with Metal for Breakfast.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was so bad. I mean, I remember having this cassette at home, Metal for Breakfast. He's got a bunch of ball bearings in there, and he's just pouring tons of milk in there so you can really know what's going on there.
Do you really get the fact that it's breakfast? Do you understand?
And there was some decent bands on there. It's like Priest, Killer Dwarfs were on there. It was Canadian, I believe. I don't think
It was a Canadian compilation record. I think it was Attic Records. So Priest probably is like Rock-a-Rolla because Attic Records licensed that one album by Priest in Canada.
Right. And there was some, I remember Blotto was on there. Remember them? Blotto had a song called Metalhead, and they had the longest ending ever. It was just one down, just kept going over forever and ever. So,
And it's such a rotten name, but Blotto is like what your dad or my dad would call someone who got really drunk.
Right.
my name's Otto. I like to get Blotto. And not only that, so after they did Metal for Breakfast, you think, well, that must have been successful.
Well, it was.
Let's make Metal for lunch.
And that's exactly what they did.
No.
Boom.
Look at that. Same guy. He's packing on the pounds because you eat ball bearings for a living. And that's how you gain weight.
He has gained a little weight, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's living high off the hog, the fact he was on the cover of Metal for Breakfast. And he goes out to the gasworks in Toronto and everyone just buys him drinks and fucking hot dogs because they think he's famous.
Poor guy.
And I think he ate so much metal that they couldn't even do metal for dinner anymore.
They couldn't. He's had enough. He just
Please
blew up.
let there be a Metal for Dinner album coming. It's just like Jabba the Hutt.
There was Metal for Dinner, but the one that got canceled last minute, and the one that they had on the planning stage that never got there was Metal for Midnight Snack, which was not a good one.
Yeah, Metal for Brunch was okay though. It was a bit lighter fare.
So that's a good one, Ribo. Dave, same thing. Let me throw some out. Or you got some ideas?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, throw them out because I didn't understand the episode idea that I came up with. So this is going to be even better.
Well, this is a great one right here. Now, maybe mention like some small bands, obviously Wolf and the Metal for Breakfast people, fine people, but not a lot of money. This one is absolutely unacceptable and unexcusable because this comes from one of the biggest, if not the biggest heavy metal band of all time. And I'm talking about Black Sabbath with the Born Again album.
Yeah, that is just terrible, terrible.
Horrible. I don't know what even to say.
Well, the idea is it's a demon baby, but it's like the colors are bad, the font is bad, the background is bad. That looks like something you would do like in, what was the art teacher that was really cool that gave everyone an A+ whether you showed up or not?
I can't remember that guy's name.
Mr. Kozak.
Kozak, yeah.
Go back, Mr.
Yeah.
Kovak, yeah.
He'd bring you into the office and say, "So, what do you think you deserve this semester? B+? Okay, you got it."
Hey. So Tony Iommi told me when he was on Talk is Jericho that they had a midget in a baby costume on this tour, and at the beginning of the show when like the evil music was playing, this little person in a baby demon costume would be running around the set. You got to listen to it. He said that the demon baby little person was a real asshole, and the road crew was getting sick of him. So when he went up to do his little bit, they'd be like kind of lights, like background lights, and they shut all the lights off when he was on the amps. He's supposed to jump from the amps to the drum riser, and they shut the lights off, and all you hear with this was the demon baby jumping off the riser and falling into the cymbals, going fuck.
That's awesome.
Pretty funny from one of the greatest riff writers of all time.
kidding.
The demon baby that everybody hated.
They did. Paranoid's a pretty bad album cover too.
Well, it is a
Nothing
pretty
wrong with
bad album cover, and I have one that matches it since from the Sabbath, which is the Sabotage record, where you can't really. Bill Ward's ball bag just hanging out of these terrible red spandex. Ozzy's wearing a kimono. It's just not good.
Yeah, it's really cheesy.
And what's the point of that? Why is there like two of each of them?
I don't know.
I guess they're standing in a mirror, but the mirror is the mirror would be their backs, though, wouldn't it?
Gaudy. It's like Godfather-ish or something. It's weird as hell.
I never got that. I never understood. That's a good call. It's a one-way mirror.
Is it Tony's like sitting, and it just makes no sense. I'm going with one of probably the worst album cover in my opinion of a band that had some steam, that was on a fairly reputable record label. And the reason why it's so bad is they took 3 cracks at it, and each one is almost worse than the last. And of course, I'm talking about Fate's Warning, Night on Brocken. So this basically in crayon. Am I right, Rybo?
Yeah, that's a kid's drawing. Yeah, that's like, grades 8 guy who's not really that good at art, that just, he wants to get that B.
This is the guy who drew the Wolf album cover like a year later.
That's how bad it is.
So then they're like, okay, that's terrible. And Brian Slagle, who was the owner of Metal Blade Records, said they couldn't believe how bad the cover was. Why did they release it? We got to release another one. So then they released this one. That's the second Night on Brocken, which is pretty much the same as the first, except for it's at night now.
They must have had a deal with the crayon artist.
Yeah. At least it's actually night now, which makes more sense. Like Night on Brocken. Like, oh, well, let's make it night. And
it's a Picnic on Brocken in the first one.
Yeah.
And then we go to this one, was the final one in the current album cover for Night on Brocken. And this one, they just gave up. It's like, fuck it. There you go. Put a picture of the moon, but it's not the moon, it's the Earth. Just put a picture of Earth.
Oh, God.
Yeah. That's the one I had.
That's not even the moon. That's Earth.
Well, because it's night on Earth.
Well, Brocken's on Earth, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right?
I guess so. It's not on the moon.
Those are all 3 really shitty covers.
All right.
Those are horrible.
Rybo, we're going to go to another one of yours right now. Actually, I'll go to this one because I want to know what your explanation is of this and how you want to explain yourself for this. What the fuck is that?
Fire Down Under, right?
This is one of those bands that everyone loved, like Lars and freaking Kirk, and everyone just loves Riot. And I never would buy a Riot album because of this cover. So please explain, Ryan.
You know what? Musically they are pretty good. They got some good stuff. They're very diverse. I quite like them, actually. I don't really listen to much of them. I never owned this album, but that is definitely the worst mascot in all of history.
What is it?
It's like a Santa Claus ferret or something.
Johnny, the baby seal face.
His name is Johnny the baby seal face?
Pretty much, yeah.
Ugh.
Baby seal. Like, it doesn't even look like a seal. It looks like a type of bird
weird,
or something.
Small mouth on it. That thing's got bad breath written all over it.
And then it's got human shoulders. Show the other Riot one. I sent you another Riot one, too. So this was like on the several album covers.
Is that in relation to Brady Bad Breath?
Yeah, from Albert Beach. Oh, man. Summer of 86, my best buddy.
Oh, my God.
Okay, here's another one. This is where they go to Narita, which is the name of the airport in Tokyo. So they're very international. But now he's like a sumo. What the fuck is going on?
Looks like he's dumping out skulls or he's peeing or something. There looks like there's a drip at his crotch level, actually. Weird.
But then there's a warplane coming behind him to blow him away.
Yeah, it's like, hurry up and finish up, buddy. There's a warplane coming.
Interesting, man.
Squeeze out a few more skulls and get out of there.
It looks like a baby seal if he was surrounded by a dandelion.
Yeah, it's.
He's just wearing the worst. Is that the speedo you used to wear at water polo?
Call back to last week.
Yeah.
With a bit of a
pee-pee. Horrible.
All right, Dave, let's choose another one of yours here. You got a lot of good ones. There's plenty of them for sure. I want to know, this is one that's not obvious, and I want to know your opinion on why you chose this one. Queen, News of the World.
I thought it was just a bad drawing. I mean, it's really just not great at all. You can't really see the guy. I guess it's part of the band members.
It's the band,
yeah, and you can't really tell who's who. You can't really make shit out. And I don't like the head. I don't like the sketching or the doodling or whatever they call it, and just the nose of that thing, of that
giant robot.
Giant robot. Yeah, it just wasn't a great album cover. I thought it was pretty shitty.
This album cover used to freak me out when I was a kid because that guy looks so creepy. You see the blood on his finger at the bottom?
Yeah.
So check this out. You're going to love this, Dave. All right?
Oh, Jesus.
And the guys he has in his hand are different versions of Jericho.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's funny, man. That's hilarious.
Can you show us your Night on Brocken tattoo now?
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, do you have any of the other ones on there? That'd be so crazy, especially with the choices we have.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, "Oh, this is going to be great." Yes.
That's hilarious.
Well, that's funny. And we're wearing the DSP shirts. There's something going on here.
Wait till you see my DSP shirt. It's just a DP shirt until I get hard. Hello.
Whoa.
Hey, but how's your father? Okay, so here's another one. And then once again, this is by a very huge band. One of the biggest bands in heavy metal. I'm talking about Anthrax, Fistful of Metal. What the hell is going on in this album cover?
Okay, funny thing.
Yeah.
I got a tramp stamp.
So the idea being that at first, like I talked to Charlie about this, and he said that once again, they had no say over this album, but this is just a terrible cartoon. And I used to think that the fist was coming out of the guy's mouth. And if that was the case, it's almost the wrong fist because you see there's a hand on his head and then there's a hand coming out of his mouth. The thumb should be on the other side because the thumb up there is to the left and the thumb come down there should be to the right. You can't have two thumbs from the same side, right?
That's right. But
Yeah.
you're getting punched in the back of the head and the fist was going all the way through.
But it's like though,
yeah.
because he's got his hand on top of his head.
Yeah, you're
So
right.
the thing coming out, if the thing's coming out, the thumb should be there. It's not on the right side.
Maybe, yeah.
So, I never really thought about it. It's very OCD, actually.
It's like an etcher painting or something. I can't figure it out.
Like, when's the last time you ever listened to that record, Rybo?
Not too long. It's good.
Okay.
Great. I love it.
There you go.
Neil Turbin.
I don't know why I'm shaking my head. I'm going, I'm all disgusted. And you're listening to that still? I'm just kidding. Wonderful stuff.
Let's get another one here. Oh, this is a good call, Dave. One of the best records that's very influential with a terrible cover. Pet Sounds.
Yeah, one of the best albums of all time with just that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Horrible.
From surfing, let's change our image because none of us really surf. And, I'm sick of that. I'm sick of people going hang 10.
So what do you like to do, guys?
Got some farm animals or some...
We like to feed animals, yeah.
Yeah. What are those, llamas?
We like to go to petting zoos.
Looks like Brian's feeding an actual white-tailed deer.
That's only because his Svengali told him to. That crazy fucking doctor had him all living in sand in his house or whatever.
Feed the animals, Brian.
So we don't really like surfing. What do you guys like to do? Well, we go to petting zoos. Perfect. Book it. There you go. But you're right. One of the greatest records of all time was just a terrible album cover.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to another of Rybo's. This is a good one. I'm not really sure exactly what this is, but that's cool. Dick Sandwich. Frenzel Farm.
Frenzel Rom.
Is that from Sardu? Is that Sardu's band? Are those Dick Dogs?
Oh,
It's
man.
basically the Dick Dogs, except we got a Dick Sandwich now. You know what? I give this album just a 2-word review, and I think you know what it is.
Dick Sandwich.
Yeah. How could anyone, no matter what your idea,
What type of music you're doing, yeah.
anything, why would you okay that or think that or name your album that or anything?
Well, is the band Dick Sandwich Frenzel Rom, or is the Album called Frenzel Rom.
The band is called Frenzel Rom, and the album's called Dick Sandwich.
All right, thank you for clarifying that. I'm assuming the music is not very catchy. Here's another one. Nelson, great first record. Second record, not too bad, but a terrible, terrible album cover.
Horrible.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Two dogs with long blonde wigs, and we've seen enough
Oh
of that.
my god, yeah.
Got time for a few more here. Ribo's got a good one from another one of the biggest heavy metal bands of all time. People might not remember these early years. Pantera, Metal Magic.
Oh, that's
Okay, a couple things. Metal Magic, horrible. I think this is before Phil was even in the band.
It is, yeah. It is.
There's like 4 albums maybe before Cowboys from Hell came out, and there's some good songs on most of them. I'm not sure about this one.
It's much more of like a Judas Priest type vibe, right?
Yeah, like Motley Crue kind of stuff or whatever. But still, some good stuff. Dimebag and Vinny are still on there. But this guy here, another like mascot that's just terrible. The guy, like, why do you wear a belt if you're naked? What's the point of wearing a belt?
To keep your sword in. Duh.
Oh.
It also looks like he might have cut his cock off for the Frenzel Rom album because I don't see much on there.
I don't even know what that means, but it sounds great.
The one that we just looked at.
Oh, okay.
They need someone to donate one of their schlongs for the album cover.
I think that's actually why Terry, the first singer, left.
Yeah.
He asked him to donate a schlong, and he's like, "This ain't worth it."
Yeah.
Few last ones here. Let's see what else we got. Frenzel Rom. That's so bad. Shame on you. Let's see here. Here's a good one. A little bit of dead air, as I can't really quite see much. Oh, there. Okay, we go. Ken, by request only.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And you get 2 views of Ken from the side and from the front.
I would request to not see Ken at all.
Yeah.
By request only, Ken, get fuck out of the business, please.
I cannot get behind that album.
How about this? Let me try this one then. Songs for Gay Dogs by Patty Roberts.
Oh,
What
year is that from? That's like
He
looks
your
like Bob Hope. That's like Bob Hope, 1957, right there.
You're not worried about the fact he's in a pair of pants with a dog?
Can't
Doesn't
get any
bother you?
gayer than that.
He's making love to a dog. What year do you think that's from?
He looks like Bob Hope.
It used to be okay.
All right.
Do you guys ever have a Wheels from Degrassi's solo album?
I didn't know he was in a band. What do you mean? Besides the Zit Remedy, it was a solo. I'm like,
no, I'm just kidding. It's John
That's
Denver.
John Denver.
oh, okay, good call. There's the last one here from Dave. Jesus, use me.
Yeah, the Faith Tones. I mean, this was one of my favorite albums growing up. Just the best organ solos you've ever heard, and Jesus, you're in me. Jesus, use me. I think was the big lyrics in it, and great players. The one in the middle there, she died in a car accident later in life, but the other 2 are still truth or farce. You decide.
Isn't that Benny Hill over on the right? I think Cindy Williams on the side there on the left.
I thought it was Peter Scolari and Tom Hanks along with Squiggy when he tried to get it
with Pink in the middle.
Oh my god.
Here's my last one. Once again, a band with one of the greatest album cover runs of all time. And then they just put out this album cover, which is perfect because it was a piece of shit of a fucking record too. Iron Maiden Virtual 11. And we don't know exactly what is going on here because you have Eddie and there's some kid right beside Eddie's hand with a virtual video game thing on. But Eddie's kind of in hell. And this guy's kind of sitting on a mountainside. You can't see this, but if you look down at the bottom, there's a bunch of people playing soccer.
That's a rare bad album cover. Yeah.
Yes, a rare from a band that probably on a whole has the best album covers. Once again, how does this slip through the cracks?
Yeah. Yeah. It's still way better than the first album cover from the show, the monster
Wolf?
with the clothes. Yeah, Wolf.
Yeah.
Still
like
a
it?
million times better than Wolf.
Yeah, it's better. Definitely.
Well, there you go, guys. There's some amazing. Did I leave any out? Yeah, there's some ridiculous album covers. This is actually a pretty fun show. We could probably do this. Here's the last one. Is this one of your other bands? Death Corpse Metal Tit.
Yes, metal. It's a concept album where I guess this metal tit drives through, I don't know, the lands and shoots people. I think they watched Everything You Wanted to Know About Sex, but were afraid to ask one too many times. That'd be a great idea. Let's draw that. Okay, we need a new album cover. Okay, I'm done. You know, you just whip it off right there, and that's it. Here you go.
I think Lose Litter might have had a better album cover than that one.
I think so too.
I'm not sure. What a great show, guys. Thanks to all the family for watching. Always a pleasure to have you. Dave, you want to talk about Winnipeggers merchandise at all before we leave? Or your own merchandise? You okay? You still with us?
We got these awesome Winnipegger shirts, and they're for sale online. And we were seeing people all over the world wearing these. And when you have them, take pictures and send them to our Twitter and Facebook and that. But this is the softest cotton. It's Egyptian and unbelievable quality. Quality is best quality. And I've said this a million times, but this will change your life. It makes you a better person. You can do everything that you can't do that bothers you. You can do it when you're wearing the shirt, the Winnipegger shirt. So pick one up. We're at WrestlingTees.com, ProWrestlingTees.com/Chris Jericho.
I know a guy a couple weeks ago that he couldn't win the high jump to get into the Olympics, the Tokyo Olympics. He was only doing about 4 or 5 feet. He put on a Winnipegger shirt. He went 16 feet.
Unreal.
I'm hearing more and more
in American.
Gold medal.
Yeah. I've been hearing lots of stories like that. Lots of stories like that.
And you hear a lot more. Just go to ProWrestlingTees.com/Chris Jericho. Don't forget Dave's Spivak project phrases. And thanks to Carole Baskin for joining us from a Great Tiger Rescue, wherever the hell she's from.
I can't wait to go back and watch that.
We can make that happen, man.
Yeah.
Let's let Carole Baskin take us out. Thanks, you guys. Thanks to family. Next week, don't forget return to live. We're going to play some kind of a game show. It's going to be amazing. Thanks to the Crazy Bar and Carole Baskin. Take us out, baby.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens who are Winnipeggers. It's Carole Baskin from Big Cat Rescue. Oh, the amazing, absolutely amazing comedy troupe, the Winnipeggers, with Speewee and Rybo and Irvis. Oh, you are just a trio of cool cats. Yeah, just a whole pride of cool cats there. And I hear that Dave really gets into some rants. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I hear it's one of the show's highlights even. Stay cool, cats.
That's so
It's so hilarious, man. It's so
She might
surreal watching her.
She might have gotten away with killing her husband, but she didn't get away with pronouncing Irvas properly.
Yeah.
See you guys. Good night.
See you, family. Keep those feedback.